What's going on, beautiful people? I just got off a coaching call right now with Mac Dennis, Mac Diesel. Shout out, Mac, if you're listening to this podcast episode or watching the video. You're the reason I'm making this, bro. I wanted to talk about being very conscious about what we're allowing into our minds, right? Our mind is the strongest muscle in our body. I'm sure you heard that before. And I know somebody out there is going to be like, well, actually, Taj, my biceps are the strongest muscle in my body. Okay, bro. Well, your mind is what makes you go to the gym and work out those biceps. So I don't even want to hear it. Okay. Me and Mac were on this coaching call and we were talking about, I've been working with Mac for a long time. We started the program. I'll set up for another video. Mac is I'll probably be doing an interview with him in a month or so, something like that. So you guys can get to know Mac and see what he's about. But my point is, Mac was talking about when we first started working together a long time ago, how he used to, like, he looks back at even the type of music he was listening to or the type of shows he was watching, and he was like, I can't believe I used to allow that stuff into my consciousness. And that sparked me to want to make this video to just talk about how important it is to be able to protect our mindset, right? Because whether we realize it or not, the things that we allow into our mind, the things that we allow into our subconscious, they dictate who we are. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, reality shows, a lot of people, their guilty pleasure is coming home after work and watching like the Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever, or Love and Hip Hop. I don't even know if that comes on anymore. But I used to watch those shows too. But the point is, like, all those shows is just drama and people arguing and stuff like that. And if you're trying to operate at a higher frequency, there's no reason for you to be allowing that type of energy or that type of drama into your life. I feel the same exact way about the news. You know, I don't understand how people could sit there in front of the TV and just listen to so-and-so was murdered today in downtown. 3 women were attacked in the park. Someone fell off a cliff and went scuba diving in the ocean and drowned. Like, I don't even know why people, like, why you want to entertain that. Half the news these days is just about politics anyway, and talking about, you know, what the president did, or, you know, what the president didn't do, or who he attacked on Twitter, or like putting that type of stuff into your mindset. That's not setting you up to have a powerful day. That's not setting you up to go to sleep in a positive mindset when you just watch 3 hours of them talk about what Donald Trump is doing. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guys, and I don't want to get too deep into politics, no matter who's in office, you still got to wake up and put your pants on one leg at a time. You still got to wake up and do what you need to do. It wouldn't matter if Frosty the Snowman was in the office. It wouldn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I still got to wake up and do what I need to do to get mine. And, you know, attack my mission and do the things that I set out to do in my life. So if you let that type of stuff consume you, it will consume you. So I want to encourage you today to just take a little bit of time to think about, what have you been allowing into your consciousness? What kind of books, what kind of music, what kind of podcasts, what kind of TV shows, what kind of movies have you been consuming? I made a video a while back. This was a long time ago, probably sometime last year, but I was talking about the power of choosing education versus entertainment. Entertainment is overrated, guys. Entertainment at the end of the day is a distraction. If you can find a way to educate yourself, or educate yourself in a way that's entertaining, that means everything, because you're putting yourself leaps and bounds ahead of your peers in whatever field you're in, you know, or even if it's just for a personal reason. Like, half of the stuff that I consume to educate myself is not necessarily so I can get ahead of other people, but so I can ultimately become the best version of myself, and so I can operate on a higher frequency. I think it comes down to just being intentional, like stopping and asking yourself, why am I doing this right now? Is this an escape? Am I doing this to kind of like numb out and zone out? Or a more important question than why am I doing this is this serving me? Is reading this, is listening to this, is watching this going to help me grow, or is it going to hold me back and keep me in a lower vibration? People will be super protective and put parental controls and all kind of stuff around what they will and won't allow their children to consume, but we need to put some parental controls on ourselves. If you look at yourself as your own child, what do you want this child, this person consuming every day? Because we know that if we allow a child to consume certain things, it's going to shape and mold them into the person that they ultimately become. And it's really no different for us as adults. I appreciate you tuning in. If you're listening to the podcast, do me a favor and leave your boy a 5-star review. if you want to give me less than 5 stars, do me a favor and unsubscribe from the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to make your life miserable. There's a million other things you could be listening to, and I do appreciate you tuning in with me. It means a lot to you guys. Thanks for all the messages. Thanks for all the words of encouragement. I haven't been as consistent with putting out episodes as I want to. I'm working on some big projects this year. That's no excuse for not being consistent with the podcast and putting out information, because that was my intention from the get-go. So you have my word. I'll be more consistent with putting stuff out. And if I'm not, shoot me a message and call me out. All right? I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.